We're all in this together, aren't we?
Yeah, it's wonderful. Your warm-up was perfect, and I've been thinking about beliefs and momentum and the analogy.
Momentum is our favorite word because momentum and law of attraction are the same thing, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I get that. And so this model I've been thinking of is I'm the tree, my beliefs are these strong limbs, and then the momentum are core beliefs are the strong limbs, and then additional beliefs that spring from that are smaller branches that come out. And so what I'm interested in is thinking about core beliefs and adjusting and changing those. And as I wonder about perhaps trimming some of the branches back and not getting at a core belief.
The thing is, we get what you're saying, but what you're actually saying and meaning is, I've got beliefs that are hard to change. So I'm trying to whittle them down just a little bit.
Well, that's what I wonder. Are they?
And what we really want to say is, rather than thinking about beliefs that you want to change, because when you think of something that needs to change, you're looking right at it, and it's not changing, it's getting stronger. Every time you look at it, it grows deeper roots and more branches. In other words, it goes down and out. And so when you instead think about what you'd like to think about, what we've been saying for a little while is that the way to stop practicing beliefs that you no longer want to perpetuate is by making them more and more general. Now, that's what your tree analogy was about.
Right.
But in your analogy, from our perspective, the leaves on the tree are the more specific. The branches are the more general. But also in your analogy, the branches were the more core beliefs. And so you're sort of getting in your own way about that.
Yep.
Just in general terms, when you are general, you are less specific. Write that down. That's really important.
That was good.
Truths of the universe happen here. When you are general, you are less specific. When you are less specific, there is less momentum. So if you can go back to the general that is easier for you to align with, back to the general that is easier for you to find harmony with the source within you. Once you stabilize there, then from that stable, non-resisted vibration, now new evidences of that will fill out the branches of your tree.
That makes a lot of sense. And as I think about that, and I practice that a lot and getting general, I've got little boys that help me get very general and play, and so that's all really good. As far as beliefs, how many core beliefs do people have? Is there and there I am, I'm focused on it again, I get it.
Well, let's get back to the really core of who you are. From the source energy perspective of who you are. So there is not believing, and then there is hoping, and then there is believing, and then there is knowing. That's sort of the continuum of this vibration of belief. So the source within you knows these things about you. And if you want to talk about core beliefs, we think these are the beliefs that we would be focused upon. You are worthy beyond description, and you are brilliant beyond description. You are good. You are source. That is your core. And every bit of moving from that is a flawed premise and a distortion. So there are so many things that humans focus upon out here in the physical world that contradicts their core beliefs. Now, there are many more we can go for. A core belief, a source energy, core belief is that all really is well, that we are eternal beings. So think about how many things that you might stumble across in a day that contradict that knowing that the source within you holds, that well-being does abound. So maybe it would be easier for you to just say, well, I've got one core belief, and that's in well-being. And anytime I deviate from that, then I get crossways of what the source within me really knows. So then you take that knowing that source within you holds, knows, is, and understand that source, inner being, whatever you want to call it, is focused right here out on the leading edge with you, right here in the moment where you're doing whatever it is you're doing, with all of that knowing, that core believing, that opinioning, all of that focused right here with you. And you can tell in every single moment what your deviation of that core is. You can just tell. So we really want to say to you, we don't want to be impertinent, but we sort of kind of do.
Yeah.
We want to be so blunt. What difference does it make how many different ways you all have figured out to deviate from the core premise of well-being? In other words, because when you start counting them, those are the things that you're counting. There's just a belief in well-being, a knowing in well-being, an expectation of well-being. And you know what? Well-being continues and continues and continues. This earth spins in its orbit in perfect proximity to other planets. Every now and again, something will happen, and Esther and friends will say, oh, wow, can you believe that the law of attraction and the universe is so good that they could provide that kind of rendezvous so that we could have that fun? Esther pulled into the hotel yesterday in her new Denali, and when she pulled in, she was talking to Jerry all the way because she and Jerry, they got lost every time they came downtown. Every time they came downtown. But yesterday, she didn't get lost, and she said, you're much better now, Jerry. That broader view thing's really working out. And when she pulled up to the ramp, her odometer read 2222. And Esther goes, wow, oh wow, that must have been why I turned over there to throw my trash away, so that it would be right at 2222. And we say, that's child's play. We keep your Earth spinning in its orbit in perfect proximity with other planets. In other words, do you have any idea how much consciousness and well-being is focused upon all that you are? Find any little piece of anything that feels good and give it your undivided attention and call it my core belief for today.
Yeah.
My core belief for today. Esther has a bumper sticker. It's not a bumper sticker, it's a dash card plaque. Some of you may have them too. And when you look at it, you can't read it because it's all backwards. But when you lay it on your dash, it reflects into the window and it says, things are always working out for me. That's your core belief. Things are always working out for me. In what way, in this moment, can the universe demonstrate to me the goodness that is me, the clarity that is me, the love that is me, the worthiness that is me? And oh, the demonstrations are so powerful. But you all are like little prickly pears that are just sort of holding it off. Well, I picked up this belief when I was in the 2nd grade and this one in the 3rd grade. And my mother never stopped drumming this one into my head. And so I'm a broken person, Abraham. I can't accept the perfection that is me quite yet. And we say, well, get on with it, will you? Begin looking for the evidence of your well-being. And as you start looking for that, you'll begin to find it. Yeah.